What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. I'm droopy-eyed and tired, got bad lighting. But, hey, whatever, we're going to do this. Check it out. Now, guys, what I want you to do is I want you to stop considering women to be like gold diggers. They're not gold diggers. They're responding to biological imperatives. Now, you have to understand that from the nature of the creature that we as humans are, women are nesting creatures. And a woman that's in her, functioning and naturally operating biological state is going to want to have children. They can delay it for school or study or whatever else, career, but in general, that biological clock is ticking. The older she gets, the louder it ticks. That's what they say. I don't have a female biological clock, so I can't, I'm just going off of the euphemisms that they put all over the world, and I take it there's something to it. Nonetheless, now in order to responsibly, bear children, she needs a mate that is capable of supplying resources to take care of her while she nurtures the child. She's basically helpless, She's not really helpless, of course humans aren't, but we gotta look at this as the basic core biological, at the lowest denominator. She's considered to be helpless. She's taking care of a child, which is also helpless. So that means she's dependent upon you entirely to take care of her. Now, let's take this back into like a tribal type society. And don't think that, this isn't, just because we live in the 21st century doesn't mean this mentality isn't there. When I say mentality, I mean like it's a biological mentality to the body. It's programming. So you got a tribe, and there's a bunch of women, there's a bunch of dudes. You're good at catching carrots and lettuce, little minnows. The guy next to you, he's good at catching like huge fish, deer, rabbits, dudes just bringing in the best of the best, Now, of course, the biological imperative is going to lead her to desire a mate that can take care of her and provide for her, which is going to lead her to be attracted to who? You with your carrots and your lettuce, or lunkhead over there, Mr. Super Athlete who's chasing down like a deer in a flat open plain and, rear naked choking it to death and bringing it home to eat. Yeah, she's probably going to want to deal with him, even if he has a mate and he has excess. She'd rather deal with him who already has a mate, aka she'd be a co-wife to him rather than eat carrots and lettuce with you. This still stands true in the 21st century. The guy who can bring in the most resources attracts a woman. It's an imperative that won't go away. And we've seen the videos on YouTube, the gold digger prank videos that they pull on women. And we're like, she's with the guy, she just left him. How could she do it? It's an instinct. It's something inside that's undeniable. You can't overpower it. It's just there. You don't blame the woman for that. That's just a natural thing that overtakes, the logical and conscious state of a human being. Now, ladies, I just gave y'all a pass. Now it's time you got to give the guys a pass. Check this out. Now, when your man wants to bang every woman in sight, don't be upset with them. This is also from his biological imperatives. You see, a man, we don't have a menstrual cycle. We don't reproduce fresh eggs every 30 days, roughly, like you women do. We constantly produce sperm on a constant basis. And that's because from the day we hit puberty until the day we die, we are ready 24 hours, 24/7, 365, as they like to say, to go ahead and knock a woman up and get her pregnant. That is a biological imperative. That's what we're designed for. That's what we're made for as males. Now, there's this thing called male disposability that plays into this. Male disposability means that basically males have less value than females. Now, interpersonally and socially, that's incorrect in the modern society. But as a species, it's exceptionally correct. How is it correct as a species? As a species, if we took 50 males and 50 females and put them in a tribe of 100 people, that tribe could grow at a rate of 50 children every 9 months, right? One man, one woman, children are born every 9 months. There's a war. The men go off and fight. 40 men are killed, 10 come back. That tribe can still grow at the exact same rate of 50 children every 9 months with those 10 men. Now, let's say something happens like a natural disaster. 40 of the women are killed, 10 are left. That's a problem. Now the tribe can only grow at a rate of 10 children every 9 months. And the tribe will continue to take increased damage, probably, most probably, because those 50 males will fight and probably kill each other for access, reproductive access to those 10 females. Because now you got 50 males and 10 females. So, male disposability, how does this play into us wanting to get down all the time? Because we are disposable, and our DNA, as it's been programmed from our Lord, tells us like we need to go ahead and knock out offspring right now if we want to leave behind a legacy. So your body is constantly telling you as a man, dude, spread the seed, spread the seed, spread the seed, fire and forget, fire and forget, fire and forget. Now, of course, we have rules and regulations as Muslims. Not everybody who watches my channel is Muslim, but understand that there are rules and regulations as Muslims that dictate these behaviors between men and women. A female's hypergamous nature, meaning her desire to constantly increase her resource situation from a mate, meaning she'll jump ship on a man, to a better situation with a man who is more resource rich, and a man's desire to be polygamous. We can't hate each other for these things. We can't be angry or upset each other for these things. This is just how we are as beings. Guys, don't be upset with your woman because she's hypergamous in nature. That's the way it is. You're going to have to deal with that, and you're going to have to make sure you've got checks and balances in place to take care of that. You're going to always have to constantly improve yourself to be cooler than the next guy, better than the next guy, make more money than the next guy, just be more socially, and emotionally adept than the next guy, so that, you don't have this problem. And ladies, you just got to understand that this is just something that a guy can't avoid. Don't be upset with them. It's like when you're thirsty, you don't consciously, go through this whole thought process of like, you want to go drink a cup of water or whatever else, and I need to eat this and whatever else. No, it's just a hunger, and you respond to it. And that's the same thing with our desire to reproduce. It's a imperative, and respond to it. It doesn't mean he thinks less of you. Doesn't mean he's not satisfied with you. Doesn't mean he doesn't love you. It doesn't mean anything. It's an imperative. It's just a desire. It's a physiological thing. It's not an emotional thing. Okay? So he'll love you, but he likes women. Okay? So don't be upset. So this is your man Abuamerican. Hopefully this helped. I'm out.